RITC Cybersecurity, empowering businesses with robust cybersecurity protection.
Welcome to the Ciphered Reality Podcast from RITC Cybersecurity, small business partner in proactive cybersecurity. Welcome to 2026. I am Mike Rotundo. Here with me, as always, the legend, my co-host, Mari Cherry, the brains behind the podcast. Today, we're going to unravel the mysteries of cybersecurity one bite at a time. We explore digital heists, hacker exploits, uncover online threats, and the strategies to stay ahead. Whether you're an IT pro, business owner, or just safeguarding your personal stuff, this is your guide to the cyber world. If you like what you hear today, reach out to us at ritcsecurity.com/contact. Today, we're going to go through some cybersecurity news. And what are we going to talk about, Mari?
Strong security habits, cybersecurity habits. Right. We did this last year, but we're gonna do it again. We're gonna start the year off with a little reminder.
All right, that's always a good one.
I grabbed news from a few different places today.
I saw some interesting news sources.
Yeah, I was just trying something new, so we'll see. This one is from CNBC, and we asked a humanoid robot if there is an AI bubble. Here's what it said. The walking, talking machine on Tuesday told CNBC that the AI bubble debate is certainly a hot topic. Sure is.
Yeah.
Boyd gave a neutral outlook on whether the boom is actually a looming bubble. We might see a lot of excitement around AI right now, but whether it's a bubble or just a transformative wave is something only time will tell, Boyd said. So, yeah, I mean, AI is here to stay. It also mentioned that. I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
Will continue to evolve.
Yes, well, let's hope so.
I hope so. Yeah.
And the robots seem to be, at least, there's a lot of people trying to make them and sell them. So, although I think Elon Musk keeps getting delayed. So,
Interesting.
Yeah. This company apparently, Quid, is out of China or something like that.
I believe so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're producing them. Now, I have mixed feelings about having a robot in my house.
They were priced from like $8,000 to $130-ish, give or take. Something like that.
That's a car. So
sure is.
So,
but I mean, if you've got it and you want it, I guess I'd probably wait still. But whatever.
Yeah, when they get down to around $299.
Yeah.
I haven't even bought a Roomba yet, so.
No.
Those
are so convenient. I don't have one at the moment, but.
Are they?
Really convenient. Yeah, you can just set it to go at night, and you can wake up to clean floors in the morning. Mm-hmm.
I had a friend, actually Claire, who they had one that was a stupid robot that just would not leave the laundry room. It just kept cleaning the laundry room over and over, and they would reprogram it, and it just would over and over and over and over and over again.
That's annoying.
So
super helpful.
Yeah, it was a clean ass laundry room. I'll tell you that much.
I bet it was. That's fun.
But anyway, no, I mean, this is interesting. And AI has to evolve, and I think it came out with so much promise and so much bleeding edge technology. I mean, like I've seen this since the beginning of the .com era, right? I mean, they're promising the world, and they're just scattershotting everything out there, and then it'll do this, and eventually it'll get refined down to what it's really meant to do.
Yeah.
So,
which is,
I think it'll. Well, yeah, right. I mean, it'll find its, like water finds its level, right? It'll find its place in the market, but it is not the end-all, be-all, money-saving tool that everybody thinks it is. Right? It'll find out that, market really doesn't want this, and it doesn't want it to do these 500 other things. It just really wants a tool that does this. And I think the plan that many board members and many business owners had is it's going to replace my workforce. Well, it ain't going to do that.
No.
So you still need humans. No. You need humans that know how to use AI, but you still have to have, that kind of thing around. I mean, I think AI is going to wind up being a good helper tool, and I think that's what it'll wind up being. But people still have the belief that this thing is unflawed, perfect, benevolent AI being that is not. It's not sentient. No. Sorry.
Not yet. Not yet.
Did you see that article I sent you on Wednesday?
I saw it after I sent you the updated news.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was like, oh, shoot, I should.
That was
But
an
do you want to
interesting
talk about
article.
it? Yeah, let's talk about it.
Well, it's just, the amount of hallucinations and how AI really doesn't think. It just takes the most, it's a probability machine that just takes the most
Yeah.
right answer. And that's what we've been saying that for a while. And, in that one, the ISACA IC squared or ISACA ISSA conference on auditing we went to, that thought leader talked about how, we got all these bots out here and it's just taking the most right answer. And just because the internet says it, and it doesn't even, I guess in that story, it says it doesn't even validate the sources. It just says it's coming from here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it didn't even validate them. I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And so you've got all these fake sources out there and you've got all these fake everything out there and people are just taking it as gospel. And I don't know. I mean, it's not going to replace. My biggest fear is that you're going to replace the low-hanging fruit, the low-end workers with these AI bots that can do these simple tasks. And in the long run, you're not going to train your medium and high-range people. And that's going to be the biggest problem we're going to face with it.
Yeah, there's going to be a short, well, hopefully it's a short period of time.
Yeah.
We'll see. That we'll have to close that gap somehow.
Somehow. So, but
We'll
I mean,
figure it out, I guess.
that could mean, big money for consulting. So, because as companies cut actual staff, I mean, think about it. We're in the VCISO business, right? Virtual CISO.
Right.
People don't want to pay, $250,000, $300,000 for a CISO when they can get a fractional CISO for less. So,
Right. And that makes a lot of sense for smaller businesses, medium-sized businesses, which we focus on. But I don't know, some of these bigger companies who can't afford it.
yeah, that's the scary part.
Yeah, that's the scary part. I did have a question, though, going back a little bit with things being so saturated. How do we weed through the information we get to figure out what is actually real or true if, all of these sources aren't even real? How do we figure that out?
Boy, I don't know. That's a tough question. You're just going to have to go back to doing the research yourself. Yeah, the research yourself and actually go to the sources and verify that that's actually what it says. I think that's what Dave says he does.
Yeah.
So,
you know what someone should do? They should make an AI. That's what it does.
validate sources.
Yeah.
That would be good. That's all it does.
Yeah. That's its only purpose.
Yeah.
Because do you think people are going to do that?
No.
Not
and that's the
very
problem.
many. I don't think very many people will. Yeah. I'm done with that story, though, if you want to move on.
Oh, no, I'm good. Yeah. We've
Okay.
beaten that one to death.
Yeah, we do have another AI story, though. It's from artificialintelligencenews.com. Zara's use of AI shows how retail workflows are quietly changing. Okay.
Okay.
Zara is testing how far generative AI can be pushed into everyday retail operations, starting with the part of the business that rarely gets attention in technology discussions, product imagery. And I was surprised by this, that it rarely gets attention, product imagery, AI. Anyway, they're using it, I guess, with models' consent to recreate different images with these particular models. So that's a different avenue, I guess, of just regular any other imagery. But anyway, I thought that was.
I think it's fascinating. I mean, it actually, and see that I see as a legitimate use of AI, right? So they're starting with a base picture of a model in certain poses, and then they're changing out her clothes or changing out their whatever, and the model still gets paid for it and still does a job for it. But that way they don't have to reshoot. And as someone that, I mean, honestly, back in my past when I still owned Dirty Banana, we used to do Dirty Banana calendar and Dirty Banana photo shoots, and you would take sometimes 1,000 pictures to get a decent one.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's just time consuming.
Free up some time.
For a 12-month calendar, we had 4 multi-hour camera shoots.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I believe that.
So
I believe that. That is insane, though. And trying to weed through all of those.
Oh God, I probably have 8,000 pictures on my of just that time.
I believe it. That's insane.
Yeah.
So I guess I could clean up a lot of clutter too. I don't know what it would look like trying to get your images right with AI. If I'm sure that still creates some clutter, but it's probably not quite the same.
No, I would think it would be. I mean, the finished pictures are going to take the same space, I would assume. It's just a matter of moving the creative arts into AI on certain things instead of sitting there and airbrushing like, we've got with the tools that we have on our Macs where you can auto change and airbrush and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting.
I actually think that's a very valid use of AI, and I think it's a smart use of AI.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
I don't know who Zara is, but
it's a clothing store.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Have you bought stuff there?
I've never been.
Oh no. Okay.
No. Not that I can remember anyway. But anyway, I thought that was a positive. I've been so disappointed with the news lately. It's been such a bummer. Anyway, I thought that one was really interesting and a little lighter, not as heavy as everything else.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
what does it say? For faster content production, supports the wider operation even if it is not framed as a strategic shift.
Right.
When product imagery can be updated or localized more quickly, it reduces lag between physical inventory, online presentation, and customer response.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I guess if you take the same model and you want to sell parkas in Alaska and bikinis in Florida, you just flip it around, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder how that's going to evolve, how it's going to change.
I don't know. I mean, we've seen the dark side of the pictures in AI too, and that's still a major concern.
For sure.
So, but there's no way to. I mean, I don't know how you're going to control that because it's just out there and it's the freeware stuff. So.
Right. Yeah. Free.
So.
Next one. SiliconeAngle.com, I guess. Former U.S. cybersecurity professionals plead guilty to Black Cat and I'm going to say alpha attacks. Or I don't know. It's like, what would you say?
Sounds good to me. That's what we're calling it today.
Or Alfie. Alfie.
Al5.
Alpha. Maybe. I should have looked that up. I just didn't even think about it until this moment.
And for those of us who wonder what we're talking about, it's ALPHV.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
I don't know. Maybe let us know what you think it is.
Yeah.
Two former American cybersecurity professionals have pleaded guilty in federal court for their roles in carrying out ransomware attacks using the notorious ALPHV, whatever it is, / Black Cat malware, the very type of threat they were employed to defend against. Those hosers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on. Yeah. But I'm sure that's how it starts. They just got caught, right?
Yeah. And I'm sure they're not the only ones out there doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, you don't hear a lot of stories like this that people actually get caught. So I wanted
true.
I saw it and I wanted to include it for sure.
Yes. It's always nice to hear the good guys win.
Yeah. Yeah. There is someone making a difference somewhere. Someone did their job. Good job.
Yep. Yeah.
So according to the U.S. Department of Justice's Office of Public Affairs, that's a lot, Ryan Clifford Goldberg of Georgia and Kevin Tyler Martin of Texas pleaded guilty in federal district court in the Southern District of Florida to a single count of conspiracy to obstruct commerce by extortion in relation to multiple ransomware attacks between April and December 2023.
It's crazy.
That's quite a while. They probably thought they were going to get away with it for a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Man. Anyway, so they deployed malware, subsequently encrypted critical systems, and ransom payments were demanded in exchange for decryption keys. Yeah. Anyway.
And it was like $10 million is what they wanted to get, and I think they wound up with like 1.5 or something like that.
And they're going to get, could each face up to 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And what I thought was interesting about this story, which is something that I have suspected for a long time, is that the one guy was a ransomware threat negotiator. Mm-hmm. And I think
that's right.
That middle business is shady because you've got contacts with those people, and I think
lines are blurred.
This kind of proves my point, is that sometimes they're the ones doing the hack, and then they're negotiating it and taking their piece off the top.
I bet that happens more than we want to admit.
Yeah. I think it's a legit concern.
Dang it. Yeah, probably. That's too bad. That's too bad. But anyway, these guys got caught, so just don't do it. Hopefully we'll see more stories like that.
Yes.
Yeah, tricksy little hobbits. Last one I have is from darkreading.com.
Mm-hmm.
Contrarians no more. AI skepticism is on the rise.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
I think it is. I think among professionals it is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we are around these people and this industry, so I think we've seen it more. It's not as public, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, in recent months, AI has taken some hits on several fronts. First and foremost, there are increasing fears about an AI bubble, which that other story which is funny. I didn't even do that on purpose. Go me.
Okay.
Potentially popping as major stocks have dipped. Additionally, several studies have shown many companies have to yet achieve the return on investment they'd hoped for. Oh, that's too bad. Most of the public is not enthusiastic about AI. Okay. It's the media and the industry that is enthusiastic. So
Right.
Maybe my thoughts on this are way off. Anyway. What are your thoughts?
No, what are your thoughts that you think are way off?
Well, I was saying that what I just said, it kind of contradicted with this, where it says most of the public is not enthusiastic about AI. I kind of had the opposite opinion.
I think it's based on age.
Oh, okay.
And what generation you are, because I would say, Gen Z and whatever one Alpha, I think is the one after them.
So, yeah.
And then younger millennials probably are all over this, whereas, guys like me and Gen X and well, boomers for sure, not. But the Gen Xers like me are like, not interested.
A little more skeptic,
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, that's you might be onto something there.
Yeah. We've had the beatings already. We've seen this cycle before. So
Yeah. So I have one last little bit. Stanford University lecturer Jerry Kaplan, for example, said in a recent essay that the AI bubble is real and investments in AI companies are unlikely to keep up the massive infrastructure spending on data centers and GPUs. We may be heading for a duet combining the greatest hits of the 2000s .com bubble and the 2008 housing crisis, he wrote.
Yep.
So you think it'll be that bad?
I think I don't know. I don't think it will be, because it's such a niche thing. Whereas, and I lived through both of those. And
right.
When the .com crash happened, it was brutal because companies were just getting slaughtered left and right. And, tech workers were. The only thing that saved me was I was a technical person that kept technical skills. And all my friends that moved into management could not find jobs.
Oh, shoot.
So I went and contracted anywhere and anything at whatever rate I could get just to survive. And I was able to survive. But my friends that had moved into managers and directors and those kind of positions could not find a job. Because you had 3,000 guys applying for the same director job, and it would just be, not happening. So, I don't think it'll be as bad. Although the government's companies are putting a lot of money into AI, and I think I think the fact that they really, in the story, it also talks about how they've been over-promising and under-delivering.
Yep.
And there's the hallucination thing and how AI works and how it's really just a probability tool that. Which we've been saying for a long time. It's just a predictive database is all it is. And it takes your most common right answer. I just wrote an email in Outlook for another client, and it started, kept typing ahead of me. And it's like, no, that's not what I want to say, dummy.
Stop it.
Yeah.
My phone has been doing that to me real bad lately. I'll send text messages and go back and read it. I'm like, what? Did I have a stroke? I don't even remember thinking these words.
No. autocorrect does that to me all the time. And you've probably gotten those texts from me that, come back and it's like, I hope she understands what I'm saying here.
Sometimes I have to ask.
So.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Right,
are you okay, Mike? Yeah. And yes, I'm sober.
Well check. That's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I've got for news.
Yeah. I think it's a fascinating topic, and I think that I think you're going to see more and more of these stories out there. And I think, I don't know, when 2000 happened, people were just throwing money left and right at anybody that had 2 servers in a garage. I mean,
what?
It was insane. And AI is a little bit, because of the amount of compute power that's required and electricity required, it's being more concentrated in a few larger companies. Mm. So you've got the Oracles, you've got the X or whatever name that Elon Musk is using today, ChatGPT, and, Claude and a couple of the others out there that it seems to be sitting with. But it's just, it's not, whereas we were in the .com, it's like every other day there was a startup, and VC people were just throwing obscene amounts of money at people just for, because it was going to be they did the proper PowerPoint presentation. Right. Somebody thought it was awesome and decided to throw money at it because it was going to be the next great thing. Well, there was no real market research done.
Right.
So it's like, does anybody really want this? It's like, so yeah.
I guess the last one out pretty quick though, probably.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
The last one I was working at was creating these portals, which are now kind of used, but it was just basically, it'd be a one-stop shop for all of your applications, but it would be online. The problem is the back end wouldn't support it properly, and the website and the web was not sophisticated enough at the time. You were still using 56K modems and 128K modems and that kind of thing. So
not good.
No, and unless you had like T1 lines at a business, but nowhere near what we have coming into our houses even. But it just wasn't supportable, and businesses were like, no, we don't want that. Why would I want that? Yeah, it looks cool, but
right. Okay, topic: strong cybersecurity habits.
Cool.
Do with that what you will, either or tomato. Okay. I just created a big old list.
Okay.
Of great habits.
Cool.
I have 15. So
okay.
I don't know if we'll get through all these. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm going to read through the list, and then I would like to go through each one with you, if that's okay.
That sounds good to me.
So 1 through 15. 1, strong passwords everywhere. 2, enable multi-factor authentication, MFA. 3, think before you click. 4, keep devices updated. 5, lock your device. 6, be intentional about what you share. 7, separate work and personal accounts. 8, back up important data regularly. 9, strong habits for teams and businesses. 10, follow least privilege. 11, verify requests for money or data. 12, document and follow security procedures. 13, ongoing cyber hygiene habits, review accounts periodically or regularly if you want to. 14, assume breaches are possible. Probably going to do it. 15, stay curious, not fearful. I hope we get through it because I'd like to get to that one. Anyway.
We have plenty of time.
Number 1, strong passwords.
Yes.
So 1 password per account is probably a good idea. Long phrases.
Yeah. Yes.
Long phrases. And you could also use a password manager. That is really great. I was just talking to someone about this the other day, actually, who keeps passwords on an Excel spreadsheet. Mm-hmm. And I said, maybe don't.
Yeah, no, that's not a good idea.
Don't do that.
No.
But yeah, get a password manager. I don't think they're that expensive, right? They're pretty.
I think $20 a month.
Okay. Yeah.
Or no, I think or less.
I think if you get one for like home accounts, it's a lot less.
Less, yeah.
But even if you're a small business, I think that's worth it.
Well, you have to think about the fact of what it will cost if your passwords get stolen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you should never reuse passwords either. I mean, one password per account, like you said at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. All right. Enable MFA, multi-factor authentication. So turn it on for your email, banking, cloud apps, and social media.
Oh yeah.
Probably some more too, if you can.
Yeah. Everywhere possible.
Everywhere possible, and app-based or hardware MFA over SMS, text messages.
That's correct.
When possible, right?
SMS is not secure. It's just plain text. That's all it is.
Right. Okay. Think before you click.
Yes. That's critical.
Yeah. Do you have a story? I feel like you have a story.
Well, I mean, it's actually a story that just came out that I just told you about at the top of this, or not at the top of the podcast, but at the beginning of our meeting. On Wednesday, I got a text from my insurance company saying that we're going to deduct this, the 20 times what I normally pay a month for my business insurance. And, there was a link. Obviously, if you're going to react properly, somebody's going to click on that link. I didn't click on the link. I went and I logged on my computer and then logged into the business itself and checked it and that sort of thing. So, there's a lot of times when those links are nothing but trouble and all they're going to do is download malware. And so.
You don't want that. Nobody wants that.
And as we talked about.
Think a minute.
Think a minute.
What were you going to say? Talk about?
Malware in memory and, it doesn't install and it starts calling things down and you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah. Or even if you, because that will go even after you're done for the day, right? It'll just keep doing its thing.
If it has able to call down its command and control server or whatever payload it needs to, it will be persistent. Yeah. Stuff in memory will go away, but the problem with that though is that a lot of people just log off; they don't shut down.
Right.
So
log off and shut down.
Yes.
That's a good habit.
Well, back in the old days, when dinosaurs roamed the earth and we all thought 286s were fast computers, they actually said not to log off your computer because the continual reboots were hard on the computer. That is no longer the case.
Oh, okay. Really? Were they?
Supposedly.
Okay.
I never listened, but, a lot of people still don't. I mean, we've had that problem in businesses where it's like we're trying to push a patch and it's like, well, you got to shut your computer off or you have to, log out of it. And people don't, and it causes problems anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So think before you click. When in doubt, don't interact. Verify separately. Just go look it up. Look it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep devices updated. Were you going to say something?
I was going to talk about the pictures too that you get in text. Don't click on those and download those, especially if they're from someone you don't know, because it's the steganography. So. So.
Yikes. Or keep devices updated. And updates for operating systems, browsers, mobile apps, and firmware like routers.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, everything. You're exactly right on that. Everything should be patched, updated. I mean, if you're patched and updated, you're going to beat 85% of what's out there.
Why is that?
Well, because the companies are out there continually, dealing with these threats and trying to anyway, and at least get things patched as soon as they discover something that's critical. And, hackers are not omnipresent. They are there and they're out there. They're dangerous, but they are not always, they can't hit everybody at once, I guess is the thing. So, yeah, exactly. Not yet. Not until quantum.
Oh, yikes. Yeah. We're going to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right. 5, lock your device.
Yes.
What does that mean? Use screen locks.
Yep.
Phones, tablets, laptops.
Yep. And your phone should have a passkey, and your face is not secure on a phone.
No, people don't want to hear that though.
No, they don't.
And auto lock with short timeouts.
Mm-hmm.
I know that can be annoying. I know it's annoying, but
but critical,
right?
Especially if you're in an office.
Yeah, because a lot of people, we have never done this. I don't think, but like physical pen testing, where you have people actually go into the actual building to see if people will just let you in, and that happened a lot, if I remember correctly.
Yes. In a previous incarnation, we used to do physical pen testing all the time, and yes, it's really easy to just walk through. If you're wearing brown shorts or brown shirt and carrying a clipboard in a box, people are going to let you in.
Darn it. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So auto lock with short timeouts. That's a good idea. 6, be intentional about what you share.
Or intentionable.
You decide. So limit personal info on social media. We've talked about this a little bit before, but it's a good idea. Birthdays, pets, and definitely locations.
Yeah.
When Instagram updated, I can't remember when it was. It's been a few months. And it was like, share your location. I was like, why are you doing this?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So everyone was just like, here I am. Don't do that.
Come find me. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
I think everybody wants to be a star to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. And, look how important I am. I am here.
Well, I can see how that is important for some people, but I think for most people, you probably shouldn't. Just don't,
Well, don't post, I'm going on vacation. I'll be gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And have your address in your social media profile.
Yeah. And also avoid oversharing work details.
Yes.
That's probably not a good idea either.
That is a great way of using OSINT. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Open source intelligence.
I was just going to say. Yeah. All right. 7, separate work and personal accounts. Don't reuse passwords between work and personal accounts, which is why password managers are really great. Mm-hmm. Avoid logging into work systems on personal or shared devices. That's tricky. Or you need to make sure you have some kind of BYOD policy practices in place. Keep work email off risky apps and services.
Yes.
So that's hard too for a lot of people who work on the go and use their phone.
Yeah.
What would you tell those people?
I would create a separate email account if you can for, when you go and sign up for something for a free download or something like that instead of using your work email.
Oh, for sure.
Because work email, once it gets out there, then it gives somebody a target. And if they can understand how the naming convention of your company, then that's how they can, it's Mike at RITCsecurity.com. We know we have half of a login, in theory, if you're not using MFA.
Right.
So.
Oh, man. That sounds like a lot of work to me, though. Maybe not to other people, but I think about it and I'm like,
making another email address or?
No, thinking, we have half of the credentials. Let's go figure the rest out. That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I also don't know how it works, so I think that's why.
Well, what you do is you try and get in, then you take a password cracker and you try and break through. So just
a tool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool.
Right. Which is why you have to have the fail logins lockout. So if you.
Yeah.
Because you keep it from brute forcing.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
8, backup important data regularly. Okay. I found this. Have we talked about this? Maybe we have. I can't remember. But let me know if you agree with this. The 3-2-1 rule.
Okay.
3 copies, 2 different media, and 1 offsite or cloud backup.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
3 copies.
No, that
2
makes
different
sense.
media, 1 offsite or cloud backup.
I use 2 different backup drives. I use
Yeah.
one that I run my Time Machine off of, and also back up all my folders, and then I have another one that I just back up all my folders to.
Yeah.
So.
Good job.
So. I know that's what you do.
Of course it is. Test backups regularly.
Yes.
Does that just mean make sure that where you're storing it has it and it's secure, or what is
Well, in the personal world, you just go and you make sure that it's still on the media and it's fine. In a business setting, you actually want to restore data and make sure that it actually restores properly, because there's a lot of times, and I've probably told this story before, that we had people that had this failover machine and wasn't a hot failover, so we did failover tests and they went to restore the data and the application wouldn't work. So they restored what they thought was from backup and application wouldn't work. So they had to figure out a whole new process on how to do it, because, but that's the purpose of that. It's to prevent disaster or incidents, or, it was great that you have your data backed up, but if your data's backed up and it doesn't do you any good, it's not readable or whatever, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would probably not be great.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
9, strong habits for teams and businesses. So treat email as a primary attack vector.
Mm-hmm.
So just assume phishing will happen and encourage reporting suspicious emails. I believe there's a policy for that.
I believe so.
Normalize better safe than sorry.
Yes. And the other thing is, don't forward suspicious emails to everybody. Does this look bad to you? Thanks for spreading their attack for them. Yeah, that was awesome of you.
Good
it
advice.
happens more times. We've got clients that do it to us sometimes.
Yeah. Dang it. Okay. 10, follow least privilege.
Yes.
Only give access people actually need, and then take it away if their roles change, or if it's just a short period project.
And that's especially. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, don't let them just hang on to it.
No, I 100% agree with you. And that's especially critical when you have regulated data like PII and EPHI and financial data. So those are the only people that you want to have access to, are the people that need to have access to it. So very good call out, Mari. Thank you.
And check those sometimes. See, just make sure everyone is where they're supposed to be.
Well, yeah. And, the other thing is you need a process, right? So if I were to move you from, overlord of operations to something else where you needed different access or less access, I need to take away that access. And there needs to be a process on how that's done in a checkbox. And a lot of, in companies, if you have a ticketing system or something like that, creates a workflow that has a responder so you can track where it is. How many companies do we deal with that are like, oh, yeah, not sure what we're supposed to do. But
yeah, it's probably maybe in the handbook. Do we have one of those?
Yeah.
11, verify requests for money or data.
Oh, yeah.
Require out-of-brand verification for wire transfers, gift cards, password resets, and sensitive data requests. Yeah. Which seems like a no-brainer, but phishing emails, you've told me gift cards specifically, you guys would send those out. Those tests, you would use gift cards. You're like, hey, look, you've been so great. Here's this for you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's like the one I got from that customer that I showed you, the Amazon one. That, it looks like it's an Amazon gift card for $250. It's not. So
no. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
But it works, so they keep doing it.
Yep.
12, document and follow security procedures. Okay, incident response, IR tabletops. I guess those two are basically the same thing, but anyway, offboarding.
No, that's not true. IR tabletops are tests for incident response documents, but
sure. I guess they are separate, but it falls under the same. Anyway, device handling, data and access sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Pretty complete list.
Yes. Yes. And disaster recovery.
Oh, shoot. Do I always forget that? I think every time. I think I do every time. Gosh, darn it.
And business impact analysis and those kind of critical things, so you know what your important apps are. But disaster recovery, and we get so many people say, "Well, we're in the cloud, so we don't really have to worry about it." And it's like, no, that's not what that means at all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, they'll figure it out one day, or they'll learn the hard way.
Let's hope they don't learn the hard way.
I hope so,
that's a really hard way.
All right. 13, ongoing cyber hygiene habits that you should review accounts periodically. Every once in a while, maybe.
Yeah.
Remove unused
recommend
apps
quarterly.
and services. Quarterly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you have regulated data.
Check login activity and alerts. Rotate critical passwords every... How often?
That's the big debate. Is if you got MFA, you could go 6 months or a year, but if you don't have MFA, it should be every 90 days. So it all depends.
Yeah. And after incidents.
Yes.
Okay, 14. Assume breaches are possible. Ask yourself, if this account were compromised, what's the damage? And I like that question a lot. I found it and I stole it. I'm sorry. I don't know who to credit that to. I don't know. But whoever put that out there in the internet, good job.
Yeah.
What's the damage? Just take a little evaluation. Take a few minutes.
And then that goes back to the risk analysis of, password keepers cost money. Well, what does it cost if your passwords get stolen?
Right. Yeah. And really $20 a month if you're a business, I bet you could find a way to make that happen.
Yeah, you can write it off too. So
Right. All right. And reduce blast radius with MFA segmentation and backups. Have we talked about that before? I don't know. I thought that was fun. Blast radius. It's not fun.
No.
But
I don't think I've heard you use that term before. Blast radius. I like it though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. I liked it too.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this in here. But yeah, it's not really fun. But it's a good way to describe it.
No. Well, and that comes back to, hackers love flat networks, right? So if you've got segmentation, you don't have a flat network, especially if you have secure VLANs. I mean, just setting up a bunch of different VLANs so you can hop from VLAN to VLAN to VLAN doesn't, let all talk to each other. You need the segmentation, and you need to have, different ports and different processes and different reasons to have, your data should be in one section, tools in another section, that kind of thing. Yeah. But.
And what are VLANs?
A virtual LAN. So a virtual LAN is a set of IPs, which is basically set up by a firewall context, or you can have physical firewall. So firewall, anything inside a firewall is considered the LAN, whereas outside is the WAN. Okay, so think about a house, right? Your hallways. Okay, so, and then if you can set up a secure VLAN, then it's like a locked door that only you have to have a key to get through. So.
And so having multiple locked doors.
Right. And then, reducing the ports would be like having, a door that a midget can get through, or a door that a 3-year-old could get through. And that's the only thing that, they're the only ones that can go through that door. So.
All right.
A doggy door. That's a better point.
Okay. Yeah. Let's use that. A doggy door.
Yeah. Doggy door better.
All right, 15. Stay curious, not fearful. That was so positive. I'm like this. It's about awareness, not paranoia. Ask questions, look things up, learn. And learn from close calls. Take that and maybe put some things in action so it doesn't happen again. And then improve habits incrementally. So you're not just taking all of this and all at once, because that's overwhelming and that's too much. So pick one or two and start there.
You will crush the culture of your business if you try and push everything at once.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that would be overwhelming.
Yeah. We preach go for the low-hanging fruit and then gradually boil the frog.
Yes.
So,
It works, unfortunately.
yes. But, yeah, you've got to, I mean, these are all critical things, and they're all great things that you brought up. And I think, it really is a great way to start out the year is to have these strong things in mind, because if you don't, I mean, it's going to be a rough year for you. So,
Yes.
but, yeah, I don't know. It tends out how people forget about VLANs and secure VLANs and, and how many people think the cloud is secure because it's a cloud and don't realize that there's nothing secure. You have to secure it.
Yeah. Ooh.
But curiosity and asking questions, and I've always said the only dumb question is the one you don't ask. So
Yeah, it's better to know, better to clarify. Just know for sure.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's all I've got. Did I leave anything out? Is there any words of wisdom you feel like you need to add?
I have no wisdom today.
It's Friday.
This is a continual string of Mike Has No Sleep podcast, and Mari's rested, I'm not. So
rested.
Yeah. It's a little more upbeat today than I am. I'm just a little bit, so they'll have to forgive me.
That's right.
But anyway, no, that's all I got. It was a good list. It was a good podcast. It was good. It's an important topic. And the problem is it's not a sexy topic. It's something that, it's something we have to talk about, though. And I think it's a critical thing that we need to do. And it's a critical thing that people need to put in mind, keep in mind, is that strong cybersecurity habits will protect you in the long run, even though they're hard.
Yeah. So. But I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be, like you said, slowly boil that frog. Start out small, and then it won't feel so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, think about it this way. It'd be really easy to eat donuts for every meal, but it's not exactly healthy.
No, it's not. No, that would be great. All right. That's it.
That's it? We're calling it?
I guess so. If you want to do the questions now. Do you want to
let's do them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't do 10 because I feel like these questions are kind of lengthy. So
okay.
It's probably going to take up some time. Maybe not. I guess we'll see. All right.
All right.
Which habits have the biggest impact?
Oh, boy. Well, that entire list that you called out was critical. But, I mean, yeah, exactly. No, but I mean, I would start with passwords and then appropriate password, least privilege. I would do that, and MFA, and then instant response and disaster recovery. Cybersecurity training is critical too, and just there's it would be hard to pick the best one from that list, which is why we have security frameworks that we talk about as opposed to having a security suggestion. But
right.
so unfortunately, IT is, especially cybersecurity, is not a democracy. It's do as we say.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But if you can get people to take at least a couple steps in the right direction,
it's like being a parent, right? I mean, it's like, why shouldn't I stick my finger in the light socket? Well, let me explain it to you.
Pick your battles.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one that I just don't want you learning the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't put your hands on the stove,
Oh, that one's rough. Yeah. All right. 2 in your...
Don't stick your tongue on a cold pole.
Christmas Story.
Yep.
Just watched that.
And be careful when you water your plants around a major surprise, a major award.
It's a major award. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. All right. So in your experience, if you've seen, what is the most common bad habit?
Oh boy. The most common bad habit would be reusing passwords.
Yeah.
and not strict security, and not forcing password changes. Those are the biggest ones that we see. But the other one is not seeking professional help, not like head seekers, but you need to talk to someone who knows something and give you an idea. Overconfidence will destroy you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair to say. What is it with passwords? Why are they so hard? Why is that such an issue?
I have no idea.
What is it?
I don't know. People just get it in their head that I don't need this, and for what they're so.
Anyway, all right. Number 3. What is one way to get employees to integrate strong habits? Do you have any examples from your years?
Use the reward. Reward compliance. Reward the fact that they are doing something properly. And not. It's the carrot and the stick philosophy, right?
Right.
So just like going back to being a parent or training a dog or something like that. It's just basically when Fido does something right, you give him a treat, kind of
Positive
thing.
reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement. That's the term I was looking for.
I got you.
That's the term. Yeah. So not comparing our workers to dogs, but it's it's just one of those things where it's. I'm sorry.
I said the analogy works.
The analogy works. That's all we're going for right now.
Yeah.
So that's really the best way of doing it is positive reinforcement and encouragement, and also, this is a generational thing, but when people screw up, don't tear them to shreds.
Right.
People make mistakes. You make mistakes. I make mistakes. Don't tear people to shreds. Don't be completely inflexible. Don't be, demand perfection. Realize things are going to happen. But also, we have to remember is that, I'll take this back to a sports analogy. When, your team looks bad in playing football, keep in mind that the other team gets paid too, right? So they're going to make you. You're not going to be perfect all the time. And so that's why the positive reinforcement comes in. You got to train your people, you got to care for your people, and you got to support your people.
Yeah, nice. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. 4, in your opinion, what habits should executives model?
Executive should be the example for the entire company. Executives should not, and we see this far too often. I'm too busy to do this. I don't have time for this. I don't, let the worker bees do it. I'm not going to do it, kind of thing. And they need to do everything and then some, because they're a higher target, because we have a thing called whale fishing, where, hackers are looking for specific high-end CEOs, CISOs, CFOs. Mm-hmm. You got a C in front of your name. You got a VP in front of your name. You got a president in front of your name. You're a target. Mm-hmm. So director, manager, because it's the one will get you many philosophy that, the Chinese employ against MSPs. So we talked about that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So that's good. And if you're not practicing those habits, you're not going to keep them.
No, that's true too.
An ongoing thing. Yeah.
I used to be fluent in Russian. I can speak like 11 words now.
Dang.
I had 5 years of Spanish.
Should probably change it if you're not speaking it every day. Yeah. Dang, that's a hard language to learn, isn't it?
It took a lot of work, a lot of immersion, and
I
never really could write it though. But
it's
probably Cyrillic. Mm-hmm. But
we have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
Okay, 5. What is one habit organizations may think they're doing well, but actually aren't?
Ooh. I would say perimeter security is always one that pops up. Like when they say, "Well, I don't need a pen test. I don't need a pen test. We're secure."
Like,
you kind of do. Have you had a vulnerability scan? No, we don't need those. The other thing is that they think if they're in the cloud, they're secure. And that's, we talk about it all the time. It's just somebody else's computer,
Right.
the cloud manufacturers aren't securing your stuff. They're giving you a template or a place to work, and they'll do base security, but you have to secure your own stuff.
Yeah.
So,
what?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's such a shock.
Yeah, sure is. Okay, this is a good one. How do we balance habits with productivity?
Habits with productivity.
Yeah.
Well, good habits will make you productive.
Sure.
But you practice like you play. So going back to sports, so if you practice the good habit at home, at work, in your life, then you'll be better at it.
Yeah.
So when it matters. So.
Yeah. And if you are someone who is aware of these kinds of issues going on, you're not like worried about it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
White noise.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the last question.
Okay.
How do you track if these habits are being implemented?
How do you track if the habits are being implemented?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If your employees are actually following these security habits.
I would say assessments and monitoring. Basically, you're going to make sure you're going to go ahead and look, and you're going to validate what's going on, and you're going to make sure you'll be able to tell if they are or they aren't. And that's what risk assessments are for annually, and business impact assessments are for annually. And that's the other thing people don't do is they don't think they need them all the time. And everybody needs a risk assessment annually. Yeah. So because the world changes and technology changes and threats change and are ever evolving, you remember that the cyber criminals are getting paid. That's how they get paid. Right. So there's no honor among thieves. They are out there to steal. They think what you have is theirs, and they're going to continually try and take it. So
rude.
I know. Horrible people. Muggles.
Right. Don't let the muggles get you down.
No.
Yeah, all right. That's the last question.
Okay. All right. On that note, thank you for listening to the Ciphered Reality Podcast. We've appreciated your time. Say goodbye to the good folks, Mari.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And always remember, cybercrime is bad. Love RITC Cybersecurity. We are done for the day. We resume work on Monday, January 5th, 2026. But we've enjoyed our time. Our Christmas time's off. I hope that you have as well. Everybody take care and let us know if you like it. Talk to you soon. Bye.